Welcome to the Headspace and Tasting Podcast, where we talk manhood, tell stories, and discuss the stuff that matters to us one sip at a time. Oh boy. Well, welcome to the show, folks. I didn't give Kevin a countdown. He's unprepared. Stay ready. How's it going, Kevin?
Are we on?
Yeah, we really are recording. I'm not lying.
Oh. Hello, Matt.
We were having a great time. I don't even know. What time is it? We've been talking for an hour at the bar over here at the in the studio and having a good old time. So we figured, let's go ahead and hit record and tell people what they missed out on yet again.
What did we miss? I don't even know when we started.
40 seconds ago.
Oh, okay.
So they missed everything.
Yeah, they missed the headlines.
All right, we got a big show today, folks, so we're going to dive right in. Kevin, talk about what we're drinking tonight. Let's start there because we're going to jump into this.
Yes. Let's do it.
We both have pages of notes. What was that?
Well, I've got 2 pages.
Who was it? What's that fat guy? What was his name?
Rush Limbaugh.
Rush Limbaugh. He would always rustle his pages. And
between my nicotine-stained fingers.
Yeah. Oh, here, before we start.
No, we already started.
Before we truly start.
Oh, okay.
I want to say rest in peace to my brother in Christ, Jeff Maddox. He was a great man, one of my best friends from South Carolina, a true patriot, and I truly mean that. He was a true patriot and a believer, and he's home with the Lord. Had a long fight with cancer, and him and his wife Ginger were very special to me and my wife Caitlin. We miss them dearly when we moved here to Missouri, and I just wish you all the best, Jeff. I love you, and I'll see you soon.
Do a toast?
Yeah, let's toast
Jeff.
to Jeff.
Right.
And he would appreciate that messy opening to the show, because we did a bunch of podcasts together down there. He had a show on YouTube. He's on YouTube a lot, all over the place still. If anybody wants to look up Jeff Maddox, the Kershaw County Liberty Report, I think it is. He's hilarious. Just a funny dude.
Okay.
He had puppets for different county council members. He would play like these hand puppets. Great. He was amazing. I love that guy so much. And he's going to be dearly missed by a lot of people. Great guy. All right, Kevin.
Or missed not so much by certain people.
What? Yeah. Yeah, some people were like, "Oh, thank God he's gone, because I can carry on with my bull crap."
Okie dokie. Today we are drinking. We're back on the rye kick. We're going to do that for a few shows, I think. Off and on, we'll see. This is Rossville Union Master Crafted Straight Rye Whiskey. Straight rye whiskey. Not rye. Why dink whiskey?
Yeah. We haven't drank that much yet, folks. We just did our first initial tasting. We're not half a bottle deep.
See.
I promise.
It's what we did before we pressed record. Anyway, it's a pretty cool bottle. Nice skinny bottle.
Yeah, kind of a classic
It's
bottle
got an
design.
engraved giant letter R in the front of it.
I'm a big fan of that embossed glass where they do the raised lettering on
They got their name on the sides of it. Established in 1847.
Oh, wow.
In Lawrenceburg, Indiana.
And rye is the traditional American whiskey, right? Like
yeah.
Lewis and Clark took it on their expedition, a bunch of rye.
Up until Prohibition, rye whiskey was the 96% of Americans drank it more than any other alcohol. And then it died off after Prohibition. Rye whiskey did.
I wonder why.
I'm not sure, because we really didn't dig into
Do you
a
think
show
people
just on
stopped
Prohibition.
growing rye grass, like rye?
Don't know.
Huh.
But the original distiller was Ross and Squibb.
Okay.
Opened in 1847 in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. And this particular master crafted straight rye whiskey is, oh my gosh, I did it again. Straight rye whiskey is 94 proof, aged 5 years. Has a going price of about $50, depending on where you're at. And we had an interesting mash bill. What was it, Matt?
It's
you looked it
It's
up.
a blend of two mash bills. So the first one is 95% rye and 5% barley, and that is blended with 51% rye, 45% corn, and 4% barley. So we're guessing it's probably cheaper for the corn mash, the mash bill with the corn, so it might be more corn than the other one. We don't really know. It is an MGP distillate, though.
Yes.
And as is most of the other whiskeys in this
Well,
country.
before I get into any other details on this, what are you thinking so far on the nose, and what are you tasting?
The first thing that popped out was like a mint or a wintergreen type of aroma.
Agreed.
And then there's some earthiness in there, like forest floor earthiness, I would say. That's what I got on the nose. Taste, I wrote down herbal, Italian blend again. Those Italian spices, the grassy, spicy grasses.
That's probably where I'm pulling the clove out.
Clove.
Based on your...
I could see that.
Your blend there.
Yeah.
It's sweet.
And the finish to me
sweet.
was sweet and smooth. It has a smooth finish, and it reminded me of the finish on a Scotch, where it leaves behind that kind of sweet coating in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't linger forever.
No. It's not real spicy. It's not real hot.
No, it's only 94 proof.
Yeah, but I mean, I've had 88 proof that was going to burn your mouth out.
Yeah, it depends on the mash bill, right? And so that sweetness left over was making me think it's more of the 45% corn mash bill than the one without corn for that sweetness. But it might be the bar. There's not much barley in both of them, though.
There was a little bit of light smoke for me on the finish. To me, this is kind of a classy rye whiskey.
It seems
some that if I'm thinking classy, I'm Cary Grant.
It seems refined. What I would like, it's like they have a pretty good dude. Whoever's doing the blending, he's probably knows what the hell he's doing.
Cary Grant.
Yeah,
all
classy.
Refined and
classy and refined.
You know,
got the Dapper Dan in his hair, slicked back, pencil mustache maybe.
No, he was not a mustache wearer ever.
Didn't he put a cigarette in that long stick thingy?
Nope, that's not Cary Grant.
He would have been classier if he did.
Remember, do you ever see the movie Operation Petticoat? Where he was a submarine commander and the sub was pink in World War II?
No.
Great movie.
Okay. Put it on our list of winter movie.
Yep.
watches.
Operation Petticoat.
Okay.
Anyway, a couple things I do want to talk about in reference to this straight rye whiskey.
Okay.
First, we mentioned Lawrenceburg, Indiana. Lawrenceburg, Indiana is known as the rye capital of the world.
Really?
Had no idea.
Wow.
And where is Lawrenceburg, Indiana? It's on the southeast corner of the state.
Right next to Kentucky.
It borders Kentucky and Ohio.
Okay.
Almost like a suburb of Cincinnati.
Oh, okay.
And not too far from Florence, Kentucky. It's kind of where it's at, right on the Ohio River.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I had no idea. At first, when I was talking about this, I was thinking Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. But it's Lawrenceburg, Indiana.
How much of the world's liquor comes out of Indiana? Like gallons. How many gallons of liquor come out of Indiana every year?
Well, just prior to Prohibition, Rossville's rye whiskey alone, they had over 60,000 barrels of rye. Well, you know, Kentucky right now has more barrels of bourbon than their population of the state.
You know, the crazy thing is, too, probably they still have dry counties in Kentucky.
Oh, sure.
Like they don't drink a lot of whiskey down there.
Yep.
I'm asking ChatGPT how many gallons of liquor come out of Indiana every year. Let's see what it says. Riveting conversation as you wait for the results to come in.
We need a drum roll.
Liquor produced in Indiana. The exact number is surprisingly hard to pin down publicly because federal data is reported nationally rather than by state. The vast majority of Indiana Spirits output comes from the enormous MGP ingredients Ross and Squibb Distillery in Lawrenceburg.
That's this guy.
Wow. Which produces whiskey and neutral spirits for hundreds of brands. Industry sources describe it as producing millions of gallons annually and as one of the largest distilleries in North America. So we could say Indiana, by state law, historically capped artisan distilleries at 20,000 gallons per year. Recently increased it to 30,000. So that's just so they can't compete with MGP. I'm sure that law was put in by their lobbyists.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild. Ross and Squibb / MGP. Tens of millions of gallons annually.
Oh, see, now you're piquing my interest. Are they the same company?
Yeah.
I was not under that impression.
That's what it says.
Wow. Well, kudos to Ross and Squibb.
Total Indiana spirits production likely on the order of 20 to 50 plus million gallons per year, with most of it coming from Lawrenceburg.
Wow.
Man.
So on the label, man, I just can't talk tonight.
30 million gallons of 100 proof liquor. So there's like just the straight white dog, 100 proof, and that can turn into 150 million standard 750 milliliter bottles. Yo, man. That's why everybody grows corn in Indiana.
Right. Straight rye whiskey on the label.
Yeah.
Does that mean anything different than rye whiskey? Turns out it does.
So straight, the word straight means something.
There are legal requirements to be able to put that on the label. It is just like bourbon.
Really?
The legal definition, it has to be 51% rye, aged a minimum of 2 years. It has to be on the label, the age statement, if it's 4 years or under. Otherwise, you don't have to have an age statement on there.
So what does this say? At least 4 years, right?
Yeah, but from the website, it's 5 years. So there is no real age statement on here. Other than that, you can't have any added colors or flavors, which I guess rye whiskeys do. No more than 160 proof distilled. And then when you bottle it, it has to be a minimum of 80 proof, no more than 125 proof.
Huh. Okay.
Which is kind of funny because we've drank bourbons that were more than 125.
Well, we had the rye from Nashville Barrel Company, but it was rye whiskey. It wasn't
not straight rye. Right.
And I think that was 140 proof.
And then it also has to be new charred oak barrels.
Okay.
So everything's similar to bourbon.
Yeah.
It's just rye.
Yeah.
More or less.
The mash bill on this, 95% on one and then 51% on the other. So it all checks out. It's legit. Straight rye whiskey.
Yeah.
I did it. It's hard to stay straight rye in a row.
Right. It's like a tongue twister.
Yeah.
So it's actually a good thing for someone shopping for rye whiskey.
Yeah.
That the baseline for quality rye whiskey is a straight rye whiskey.
Yeah.
That's what you want to look for.
And the cardinal sin we had was just last week was rye.
Yes.
Now it didn't even say whiskey, did it? It was just cardinal sin rye.
I think you're right. I don't think it actually says whiskey on there.
No.
So it might be in small print.
Probably.
A couple other things. 2 years. 2 years for a rye whiskey will provide you a leaner, more grain forward, potentially more aggressive rye whiskey.
Okay.
Something that's aged 6 years or 10 years will be more barrel sweetness, complexity, and integration into it. And so, 5 years, we're kind of what we're getting there tonight when we're tasting it based on what we're talking about.
Just a very slight hint of the smoke barrel.
Yeah, we're getting more of the sweetness and starting to get into the complexity of it.
Yeah, interesting.
So, yeah. There you go. Then we'll find out how we're going to rate it at the end of our discussion.
That's right.
Whatever that happens to be.
Well, what was it, yesterday? I sent you a picture. I had some notes. I just started, something struck me. I was just struck.
Oh, yeah, and you had a page. I mean, I could tell. You were scribbling.
Yeah, you can see my hand starts getting tired towards the bottom because I was writing feverishly.
My hand gets tired after the first 4 words.
And the headline I wrote is, "When in charge, take charge." And that's something that I learned as a young soldier, and I think I'm not unique in that. A lot of young soldiers learn that. when you get like your first detail assignment and they say, hey, PFC Hutchison, you're in charge of this detail. Go take the red rocks out of this black, like separate the red rocks from the black rocks. You're in charge. You know, like something stupid, right? Mm-hmm. Or go clean the latrines. PFC, you're in charge. And then the NCOs step back and they watch the monkeys trying to make love to a football, right? They say it a little bit differently.
I just heard that comment somewhere. I think a preacher used it.
No.
I really do think so. Oh, okay, anyway.
So you give these young soldiers a task. You step back, watch them fail miserably, and it's expected. But what you're doing is getting them to learn by example without feeling too much pain, right? You want them to feel a little bit of pain because you're going to be like, hey, idiot, come here. Let me show you how you messed this up. And because nobody was in charge here. You guys were all just doing your own things. You're just a bunch of individuals running around doing whatever you feel like you individually wanted to do. Nobody was in charge. And now guess what? You got to do it over again. And it's a very, very good learning experience.
Did they teach you anything with that?
Yeah, so they would say, listen, I put you in charge of this detail. Everybody listen. PFC Hutchison was in charge here. Did he give you a task to do? No. Did he give you something? No. All right, so listen, Hutch, you're in charge. What you should do is say, what supplies do we need to clean this latrine? Let's go look at the latrine and see the state that it's in. We need a mop. We need a mop bucket. We need hot water. We need a cleaning solution. We need sponges. We need scrub brushes. We need this. So, Johnson, you go get the mop and mop water. Smith, you go get the cleaning solution and the sponges. You, right there, start changing out the urinal cakes. And then you roll your sleeves up and get to work. And just because you're in charge of the detail doesn't mean you shouldn't be scrubbing urinals as well. You should be elbow deep in that. And then they say, now you have it, you got it, good, go, execute.
Well, what you said there's a great example of servant leadership. You
sure.
have to be willing to get dirty.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Have to.
You have to. There's no choice. And if you're not willing to get dirty, get out. Get out of that job. You ain't made for it.
Right.
So I wrote down a whole bunch of notes, bullet points, and we'll just go through them and we'll discuss. And you have pages you wrote down, right?
I have a few.
Some stuff. So the first thing I wrote down was take initiative and be proactive. Any comments on that? Pretty self-explanatory, right? You think about what's our task? What supplies do I need? How do I accomplish this?
Yep.
You need a plan.
But you're not just going to normally be proactive unless you know what the intent is supposed to be.
Yes, you need to know your
You kind of
mission,
know what's going on.
your goal, your end goal. And so if somebody tells you, I need this latrine to be inspection ready by 1700, do you know what inspection ready means? Like you should be able to shave off the reflection of the urinal. That's, that's kind of, you have to know the standard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Next thing I wrote, be prepared, but know that you can't control everything.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote down, know what you know and know what you don't know. That's a pretty important one. So
that one's pretty important, very important. Similar to, I had a quote from General Schwarzkopf,
mm-hmm.
who anybody who knows, Vietnam vet, but he led our troops during Desert Storm back in the early 90s.
Yep.
He's got a great book out, biography. But basically he said, I'm paraphrasing here, no organization will get better until leadership admits something is broken.
Ooh.
And you have to be willing to accept that. You got to get your ego out of the way.
Absolutely.
And we run into so many people with big egos all the time.
Yeah.
How do you handle somebody with ego? An ego problem?
Do
you have a method?
I just kind of say, like we handle boomers, like, oh, okay, boomer. like I'm just like, all right, bro.
You kind of let them string themselves out a little bit.
I'm just like, oh, you got it, homie. Go ahead.
Yeah. And just kind of watch. And you're ready to pick up the pieces when he's done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or she's done. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that comes to my next one. Don't be the smartest person in the room.
Oh yeah, you got to surround yourself with good people.
And
You
and
have to.
sub bullet to that, I said, if you think you are the smartest person in the room, shut up and listen. You might learn something.
Yeah. See, there's where the egotism comes in
Yeah.
again.
You have to be willing to step back and say, like, I don't know everything. And I'm in charge of this situation, but I don't know everything. So I need to have the right people in place, ask the right questions, and just don't be afraid to ask. Like, that's another thing I wrote. I think it was further down here.
Just go ahead.
Surround yourself with studs, not duds.
Right.
Some guys like to surround themselves with people they feel are inferior. This is weakness and ego. So that's another thing that people like to do is hire people that are that they feel that they can bully or that are inferior to them, so they can prop themselves up even higher on a higher pedestal.
You mean like the Spotlight Ranger?
Yeah.
Kinda.
Check your ego before it gets checked for you.
Well, ego is becoming a popular word.
Yeah. So I had this interaction with some Delta Force operators one time, and it was they called it the Asymmetric Warfare Group, and they ask, what are some aspects of marksmanship? What are some things that you need to know about marksmanship? Somebody's like, you need to have a stable shooting position. You need to have a proper breathing, proper point of aim, proper trigger squeeze. And I was like, oh, a follow through. And I'm thinking to myself, to me, I called a follow through, setting myself up for the next shot by making sure I have a stable, like going through the 4 fundamentals again. And I was like, I thought, well, I'm smart as shit, man. I'm the follow through. I'm going to impress these guys. And the guy looked at me like, what the hell are you talking about? In front of everybody.
Of course.
He's like, what the hell are you talking about, a follow through? What are you, like, what? What are you throwing, a spear or something? Like, what are you throwing, a baseball? Or, like, what are you talking about? And I felt like 2 inches tall. And I was like, well, starting the 4 fundamentals over again. And he's like, dude, it's the basics. It's the 4 fundamentals. That's it. There's nothing else. Like, what do you think we do in our unit? It's the basics. We practice the basics over and over and over and over and over. That's it. There's nothing else you can add to it.
Isn't that the definition of what you just said?
Well, yeah, kind of. But he's like, don't overthink it, dude. You're not going to.
Oh, okay.
You're not going to like make the 4 fundamentals better than what they are. Like, you're not, like, settle down, homie. And I was like, I got it. Roger that. 4 fundamentals. It is okay to ask for help. Everyone will notice when you need it. You just need to be humble enough to ask.
True.
You must always be willing to follow. Sometimes a leader will need to take a step back and let someone who knows more take the lead. And that doesn't mean you're not responsible for the outcome, though. But trust is key.
Mm-hmm. That's one of my 3 bullet things with leadership. Lead, follow, or get out of the way.
Yeah, I heard that a lot growing up in the Army. But it had little spicier words in there.
Mm-hmm.
So then in my margin over here, I wrote, not everyone will like you. However, they must respect you. And that kind of is a hard thing. What is respect? Like, you ever know that age-old question, would you rather be feared or respected? What is that from Scarface, I think?
Oh, I don't know.
Tony Montana. I haven't seen that movie for 20 years more.
I'd rather be respected than feared.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
If I'm feared, nobody's going to be able to think on their own.
No, they're all going to be scared to mess up rather than respect you enough to say, hey, he set the standard. I'm going to meet it and exceed it.
Or if something bad is going to happen, they're not going to stand up and say, hey, oh, hang on. They'll just let it go.
Right. They're too afraid to speak up at the table.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get all the yes men, the nodders.
Gross, man. It's disgusting to me. So the next page I wrote a list of traits of a respected leader. And
Okay.
This is just out of my brain. Honesty, integrity, humility, consistency, loyalty, curiosity, compassion and understanding, decisiveness, confidence, motivation, humor, but in parentheses, when appropriate. Punctuality is one I wrote down. That's very important to me.
Yes.
Respect for those in his charge. So you need to show respect first. Gives credit when credit is due, but rarely takes credit for himself.
Mm-hmm.
Probably never. A good listener.
You were a good example of that.
What was that?
At work, one morning in a safety meeting, we won an award for the whole company.
Yeah.
Safety award. And you more or less talked about it, showed it off to everyone in the company meeting. And the first thing you said is, this is not my award, this is your award.
Yeah, well, that's the truth.
Right. But I mean, that's a good example of, not taking
I guess
the credit.
I could have said, I wrote up the statement that got us this award, and it was my writing and my hard work that forced you to behave so we could get this award.
You just happened to be the representative to receive the trophy.
Yeah, that's it. My stupid face was on LinkedIn holding the trophy.
Oh, it's a stupid face.
Oh, it is. You must be a good listener. Flexible when needed, but rigid when it comes to standards. And when it comes to being rigid to the standards, you need to be brutally rigid.
Yeah.
But sometimes you need to go and say, let's look at these standards, and are these realistic? Why are we failing to meet the standard all the time? Is this attainable? Is it unattainable? But I would be willing to bet that your standards are not high enough. That's probably more the problem than them being too high.
Or another aspect of that is we let the standards get less.
Yeah.
For instance, we have, I don't have a video. I can't describe it. So put it in your head. There's a box. Draw yourself a square on a wall. And inside that square is a X. Mm-hmm. And that X is, this report has to be turned in every day at 3 p.m. All right, that's the standard for such and such report. And then someone forgets to get the report in at 3 p.m. and it's in at 3:10. Mm-hmm. And we let it slide. Oh, yep, I understand. Thank you. It's all good. I understand. And because it didn't really get a really bad reaction, mm-hmm. the standard suddenly that X went from inside the box to outside the box.
Right.
And that person who turned it in at 3:10 realized that I could probably get away with turning it in no later than 3:10 every day. Mm-hmm. 3:05 it got turned in, nobody said anything, the X stayed out there. So your box that had the original X now is a larger box with the X inside of it. Mm-hmm. You stretched the standard and lowered it. Yeah. And then and then it just keeps getting worse. The X suddenly drifts out to 3:30. Suddenly the report no longer becomes valid because it comes out too late. Mm-hmm. Nobody pays attention to it.
Yeah.
And then there's a problem with the rest of the company because their production numbers suddenly start dropping. Well, we didn't get the report that told us what we had to do for the next day in time. Mm. So now you do a little study. Oh, wait, we got to reset the standard. So it's all about squeezing the box and getting that X back from where it was back down into the first box where it should be.
And squeezing that box back down to size is much more painful than holding on to it where it's at.
It sure is.
Yeah. And so you have to be brutally hard when holding the standards. So when I got hired onto the fire department as a lieutenant, it was a different department. I left my original department, got hired on as a lieutenant with a new one. The crew of guys that I was put in charge of, they'd been together since it was a volunteer department, and it went from volunteer to full-time. So these guys have been hanging out, having barbecues, doing volunteer firefighting, which is way different than a professional full-time fire department. Not bad. I'm not bashing them. And then a year or two later, I show up, and I'm an outsider, and I'm their lieutenant, and it's my engine company, right? And that's my shift. And these guys, I could tell, everybody in the whole place is like, who the hell is this dude? What? He's not from here. He's not from this county. Hell, he's not even from this state, you know? And I went in with the intention of, I don't give a damn. I'm coming with a set of standards. I know what firefighting is. I know my job, and I'm damn good at it. These are the standards that my shift is going to hold. The rest of you can either catch up or get left behind. It's up to you. I don't care. But my shift, these are the standards we're going to hold. And what I had to do was lead by example. And I would say, we're going to attach our 5-inch hose line. We're going to stretch it and hook up to a hydrant in this amount of time. I'm going to show you how it's done. And I would do it. Then I'm going to say, okay, we got to pull this 1.75-inch line. There's, here's how we stretch a hose line. Let me show you how it's done. You ready? Go. You got to beat my time. Meet it or beat it. I'm older than everybody. I'm at least 10, 12 years older than everybody else. And I set the standards. This is how you got to do it. When it came time, hey, in the morning, we're going to come out. We're going to do our truck checks. Guess who's going to be right there with you doing truck checks? And I'm going to start the hand tools. I'm going to run the engine, check the oil, just like everybody else. I'm just another dude here. I'm just happen to be in charge of everybody. Or I'm responsible for everybody. And PT, we did PT every day. Every day we're doing PT, and I'm in there doing PT with them. And even when it came to after we had a call, like how are we going to operate after a call? Well, we're going to do an after action review. We're going to talk about this call, and we're going to talk about what we thought was going to happen, what actually happened, what our actions were on the scene, what could we do better, what could we maintain, what are we going to add to our training tomorrow. Another thing was we did drills. We did every day. I called them battle drills. Battle drill 1, 2, 3, 4. I would just send everybody a mass text. I'd wait till they're all doing. We would clean the station every day. We're all out cleaning the station. I'd send a text to everybody. Battle drill 3, go. And I'd start a timer, and you'd hear them come running down, coming down the stairs and get in the truck and run around, and we'd do our thing. And there was a lot of pissing and moaning when I first came up, not only from my guys, but from the other shifts, because I was upsetting the apple cart. There was no more go out, run the engine, start the engine up. Oh, the siren worked, cool. Pull it back in the station. Let's go sit in the recliners and chill. None of that, because my chief saw what Hutch was doing, and he was like, hell yeah. Why aren't you doing that? Why aren't you doing what C Shift's doing? Look at what they're doing out there. Why aren't you guys doing? And they're like, this son of a bitch. And I didn't care. I said, hey, I'm just doing my thing, trying to make the department better. Keep up.
One of my favorite responses to, well, that's not how we always done it,
Ooh.
is, well, that's BK. Well, what's BK? Before Kevin.
That's right. Yeah.
And they just be a running thing for a little while.
I would just tell those other lieutenants, I said, dude, if you want to continue to be a turd, go ahead. Go ahead, man. Do your thing. I'm not running your shift. I'm just trying to raise the tide up, man. Rising tide raises all boats. You can sink or swim.
Mm-hmm.
But don't become bitching to me about what I'm doing on my shift. I'm like, your shift's over, dude. Get in your truck and drive on.
Right.
Get out of here. Yeah, it was a rough go, but I'll tell you what. You talk about gaining the respect of the people that you're in charge of. When we would run some calls, it was like 2 a.m, right? We get called out, go do a run, come back. When I first got there, everybody would sit down in the office, and like the engineer would start doing the report, and then the firefighter, or it was like, oh yeah, I'll do a report, blah blah blah, I'll do and I'm thinking to myself, like, that's my responsibility. Why are you guys staying up? Why are we all sitting here at 2:30? Like, we got back at 3. So I told them all, take your butts to bed. Go back to bed. Like, engineer, is the truck ready to go for the next call? Yep. Go to bed. Senior firefighter, tools in the back in the place. Everything's ready. Cool. Go to bed. Junior firefighter, go to bed. You don't have anything else to do but sleep and do the job. And then I would stay up and do the report. because I'm not the one like that has to drive the truck through the streets in the middle of the night, or I'm not the one jumping off the back grabbing the hose line. I'm incident command. It's my responsibility. Guys, you go to sleep. And there was a lot of pushback. After a while, they were like, "Hey, LT, you go to sleep. We got this. You don't have to clean." I'd grab a broom. They'd snatch it out of my hand. What are you doing? That's our job. You don't clean the station. That's our job. You got other stuff you need to be doing. And then I was like, proud papa, like,
right.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. But I was like, give me the damn broom because I'm still sweeping. I even had one guy wanted to make my bed up. He wanted to like get my room set up for me. I was like, I'll kill you if you touch my bed.
Well, I mean, success is contagious.
Absolutely.
Failure is too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So make sure that you squash failure real quick.
Yeah. Like a roach.
But when you have success, you better be promoting that success as much as you can.
Yeah.
Because it does get contagious real quick.
Yeah. I had to have a talk with one of the firemen that, I don't think this career's for you, dude. Like, you don't want to do PT. You eat like shit. You're not doing your training. You're not keeping up. I don't think you're taking it serious enough. He still had that volunteer mindset, and like, I don't think you're a professional. And he ended up leaving, going to HVAC work, and I was super happy for him because he wasn't going to get killed on the job,
Wow.
But the other guys, I was like, bro, I want you to replace me. That's what I'm training you for. And I would take turns. I would say, my engineer, you're riding in the right seat tonight. You're a lieutenant today. I'm riding in the back. I'm going to ride with the junior firefighter. I want to go fight fire tonight. And, we would rotate, and I would evaluate and give them tips. I would say, hey, man, here's something, we went on this call. Here's some areas you need to work on. Here's where you did great. Proud of you. That kind of stuff. It was great.
Yeah, that's a good scene from We Were Soldiers when they're still in training. And Mel Gibson runs up as the helicopter lands. As soon as it lands, they're getting ready to jump out. He goes, grabs one of them, punches them, puts them back. You're dead.
Lieutenant down. Yeah.
You're dead. What are you going to do now?
The guy hesitated. He's like, no, you're dead. Who's next? You.
Yep.
And he's like, get off the helicopter. Yeah, that was. I told them, guys, you need to know the job above you and the job below you. And that's a military thing. That's an Army thing.
Yep.
Know the job of the man above you and the one below you.
I still tell people that work for me today, to this day, I still tell them, your job is to put me out of a job.
Yeah.
And they always, every single person throughout my entire career always gives me the look of, what are you talking about?
Usually people would look at that as a threat.
Yeah.
Like, this dude's trying to replace me.
I'm not telling you to put me out of a job. The intent is that you learn your job, you learn my job to free me up to do my boss's job.
Yeah.
In case something is going on. So as much as things move down, things move up as well.
Absolutely.
You may have to jump in and take greater responsibility in an instant.
Yeah.
So you have to know not only what your people are doing, but do you know what your boss is doing? And being able to step into his shoes or her shoes to get the day. Well, and to take charge. You may not be in charge.
Right.
But you know what? When someone's out, when your boss is out and he's in charge of all these multiple departments, and you get on a phone call, a team call, and everybody's just staring at each other, well, someone's got to take charge. Just take charge.
Yep.
Learn how to do it.
One of my favorite things to say is when our COO asks, hey, what's going on? Any drama? Anything I need to know about? And I could tell him, nothing that needs to be elevated to your level, boss. Mm-hmm. And he's just like, I love that. That's what I want to hear. Like, yeah, there's shit going on. Of course, there's always stuff going on. Nothing you need to be worried about because we got it under control.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Solve it at the lowest level.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Another thing for the fire service, I had my guys. We training, and we finally got the big fire call with entrapment, person inside. And I've told this story before, but things I didn't talk about was I looked at my engineer. I said, "Hey, man," and we were nowhere near a water source, nowhere near a hydrant, so we had to shuttle water in from a hydrant into a tanker to us, pump into our engine. It ended up being like multiple tankers from multiple stations. And it's a very complicated process. And this is why I wanted to go to a permanent engineer instead of rotating guys every day. You know, the other shifts would have a new guy. I want an expert in this job because I know how serious it is. I just turned to him. I said, do you have this? You got this? We need to do a water. I said, call for water shuttles and you set it up. You got it? He said, got it. I had no worry. I turned around back to the scene, had no worries whatsoever. I told my 2 firemen, I said, we're going to vent. It's called VES, vent, enter, and search. VES, that window right there. You got it? Got it. And I knew they were going to do it. I was worried, like a mom worried for her children. I was worried. But I knew they knew what to do. And that because we'd done the drill over and over and over again. They knew what I expected and they knew the standard. Mm-hmm. And that will take so much stress off your shoulders where it allowed me to step back and look at the whole entire scene. And I could call for more resources. I called up to the chief. I said, hey, chief, I need you to get here and take over command because I'm going in. And I just gave him a brief over the radio. Here's the situation. Here's what we have. Here's what we're going to do. You know, when you get here, assume command because I'm going to do in the search because we had somebody, a civilian, a person in there that we needed people in the building to go search for. And my chief trusted, he knew just from a radio conversation, which is very brief, he knew I had everything under control and he knew what he was walking into. And you can only get that by gaining the respect of your people, like we talked about, drilling and holding a standard. And once you establish that standard and the guys are meeting the standard and they understand it, you don't even have to say anything. Like, got it, go. Mm-hmm. That's it. And you can apply that to any business. But you just have to know what the standards are.
Right. And be consistent.
Be consistent, yeah. Yeah, you can't let up, dude. If you do let up and you slip a little bit, you got some work to do. It's a steep climb to get it back.
I had a couple things to add to our list. Mm-hmm. One of them is don't wait for a concern to become a problem.
Oh, okay.
So small things can, the little molehill becomes a mountain, mm-hmm. so to speak. If someone's coming to you with a concern or something, address it.
Yeah.
Don't just say, okay, thanks for letting me know, and then you ignore it because it's going to be something worse at some point.
Yeah, little things fester. Little annoyances become big problems.
Right. Go ahead and investigate and see what's going on.
It's kind of like dental work, right? You have a little bitty cavity and you're like, man, I'll worry about it in 6 months from now when it's you got to get a root canal.
Right. Another one for me was moral courage.
Oh, yeah.
Ethics and core values. In crisis, people will choose someone with strength of character over skills and knowledge every time.
I agree.
So that's where your character and the respect are more important than what you know.
Yeah.
Because if you have the strength of character, they're going to trust the fact that you're going to make a decent decision. I'm always going to say the right decision, but they're willing to take that chance with you.
Yeah.
Because they know that you're making a decision and they're willing to follow you.
Yeah.
But if you just become, a pile of jello, like in the movie Airplane, when the co-pilot just becomes jello,
yeah,
you can't do that.
No.
You have to be ready to make a decision.
Yeah, I remember my platoon sergeant screaming at somebody. We were in Fort Ord with the 2nd Ranger Battalion, and this dude was just standing in the middle of the street, and he couldn't decide whether to run over into this building or jump down in the ditch on his left, and he's getting shot at, and we're using simunition rounds. So you see a little bitty 9mm paintballs going over, and he's just standing there panicking. And my platoon sergeant says, "Make a effing decision!" And he's screaming "Pick one, pick something, and go." And so afterwards, he's like, "Look, one way is better than the other for sure, but both of those decisions are much better than standing in the middle of the road while you're getting shot at. Pick one and go."
Think of the Korean War. The Korean War, there was one instance, it was the last U.S. Army bayonet charge in history.
Oh, yeah.
In which the officer in charge said, "Fix bayonets,"
Mm.
and over the hill they went, up the mountainside,
Yeah.
and they were victorious.
Yeah, they scared him off, right?
But that's one of those things where it's like, oh, fix bayonets.
Did I ever tell you my grandpa's story about fixed bayonets?
No.
They were getting shot at in the jungles of some island in the Philippines, getting shot at by the Japanese. And they were all draftees. His whole unit was draftees, but they had volunteer officers. So these hard-charging lieutenants, right? And this one lieutenant yelled out, "Fix bayonets and charge." And he was new to the unit. These guys fought all the way from Australia up to where they were. "Fix bayonets and charge." And somebody yelled at, "F you." They just laid there. Because they knew, like, dude, we can't even see the enemy, and they have us pinned down. Like, fix bayonets. Are you crazy?
When I was in ROTC, we had a cadet, and I don't remember all the details of the story, but I know enough of it. We had a cadet who had the simulator grenades.
Oh, yeah.
On his LBE.
And the grenade pouches?
Yes. Yeah. They're in the grenade pouch, and they're attacking a bunker, a machine gun bunker, and he's up there next to the bunker, and he can't get the grenades out of the pouches, so he pulls the pins and throws his whole body in the bunker. And the guys in the bunker are like, "What the?" And the next thing you know is you hear, "Pop, pop." Oh.
Here's your Medal of Honor, stud. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, that's an urban legend right there, man.
Those grenade pouches sucked. I hated those things.
Yeah, well, I mean, our grenades were baseballs.
Yeah.
Like little baseballs.
the
They weren't the
pouches-
pineapple grenade like everybody always thinks of.
Right. No, they're perfect. They're round.
Yeah.
But the grenade pouches were like a half inch too small to fit those grenades into.
Well, I think that was on purpose.
Yeah, so
to
they don't
hold them.
so they don't fall out.
Right.
Yeah.
But he couldn't get them out in the heat of the moment, and he just pulled the pin and threw his whole body in the bunker. And I think this was at advanced camp, if I remember right. And it was the Rangers playing Op 4 from the Ranger Battalion, because it was out at Fort Lewis.
Okay.
And they just could have stood back and like, what the?
Yeah. Yeah, way to go, Audie Murphy.
Yeah, pretty funny.
He was probably what was his branch? Aviation or something?
You know what? I don't know. But that's the only part of the story I remember.
Oh, man.
One I utilized today, actually, and one I believe in: stay in your lane, but know when to change lanes.
Yeah.
So you always have that person that thinks they want to get into your job somehow, or
I
tell you how
this
to do your job
all the time. This happens with my job.
Well, I still experience it. And it's like, you know what? Okay, thanks for the advice.
Yeah.
But no.
But you know what? I listen to everybody, because sometimes you'll get you'll be like, oh, hey, that is a great idea.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But for you as an individual, stay in your lane.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't get into everybody else's business.
A lot of times people do that because they're deflecting from issues in their department.
Right. They're trying to shift the spotlight a little bit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, know when to change lanes. There are times when things get to a certain point that is impacting the performance of everybody, including you. Yeah. And you know that all you got to do is shift lanes. You got to bring it to somebody's attention. Yeah. And make it happen.
Yeah.
And
it's like
everyone's going to honor that.
Like if you have an infection in your elbow, eventually it's going to affect your whole body. It's systemic infection. It'll get septic. Mm-hmm. It's like one little bitty thing, like you were talking about concern becoming a problem. That's what it is. Sometimes you're like, I need to be the antibiotic here. Like, hey, this is a problem. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to change lanes when it becomes a problem.
Right. Another real good one of my favorites, complain up, not down.
Oh, for sure.
Never complain to the people you work with. Never complain to the people who work for you, ever.
They'll look at you like you're so weak.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And then they're getting information they should never be privy to, ever.
True. Yeah, it'll affect morale.
Yep.
And respect, and people will think their jobs are unsafe. Like, oh man, maybe I need to find a new job.
Yep. Take your complaints up the chain. Always have a good set of discipline and keep moving forward.
Yeah, there's a lot of times, man, where I can find myself biting my tongue every day. Where I'm just kind of like, just turn your ears on, turn your mouth off.
Another one for me is being a leader versus being in a leadership position.
Two completely different things.
Just because you have some fancy ass title,
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything.
doesn't mean jack squat.
No.
So just
I seen some drill
be
sergeants
very
where I
aware.
was like, how the hell are you even an NCO? How
Yeah.
did you pass drill sergeant school? It's a tough school, man. It's a really hard school. How did you get here? Or usually what it is those guys get there and then they take their foot off the gas. And they just stop trying. They're like, "Oh, okay, I got my hat and my badge. I'm good. I'm just going to chill and get my E7." And you're like, "Bro, just get out of the way. Get out of here. Go play PlayStation in the office. I got this."
Yeah. Get off your little kayak and start getting on a surfboard. Start doing something.
Yeah, and people can get into positions just on personality alone. Sometimes where they talk a really good game, and it can hide results.
Yeah, you know what? I see that. Actually, I see it even today. I've interviewed hundreds and hundreds of people, and for different jobs. There are those that I end up hiring, and most of them will end up leaving within the first 6 months.
Yeah.
Because they are not at all what they sold themselves to be.
Well, there's a lot of data out there on how to interview well, how to polish your resume,
right,
and how to answer questions correctly. So
which
you
is
can
all
get the
great
job.
until it comes time for performance.
Then when you actually get out there and start doing the dang thing, they're like, "What?"
And then when they
Who is this guy?
quit or you let them go, you're blamed.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, you don't know how to hire people. You don't know how to interview people.
Yeah, or the person
no.
who left writes a nasty email or a review
Right.
on Indeed.
Yeah,
like,
I doubt
it's
it.
a toxic leadership environment.
Right. Go back and hug the fire hydrant you came from.
What? What does that mean? You just made that up on the spot?
Yeah, pretty good. Actually, I'm kind of proud of myself.
All right.
I should drink more rye whiskey.
Yeah, let's have another one. There's a lot of good examples of leadership out there. We've cited a lot of them. David Hackworth was one. George Patton, we've talked about. Teddy Roosevelt. We talked about Dick Winters from the Band of Brothers fame. There's so many out there. U.S. Grant.
The Bible.
The Bible, for sure. Jesus is the ultimate example. And, another thing as a person who is being led, right, somebody's always in charge of you. Just like when I was drag racing, they would say, there's always somebody faster than you out there. You're not the fastest car. There's always another one out there faster. Right. You're always working for somebody, right? Being a good leader, you have to be a good follower first. I think you learn a lot from the leaders above you, and above you. Like, that's kind of a weird thing, but you learn a lot from your leaders, good and bad. I was fortunate enough. My first squad leader was an absolute turd. My first unit was tough. It was a tough unit to be in. It was really hard. And he made it worse by being dumb. We would leave our barracks with our rucksacks on our back and walk 15 miles out to our patrol base, and then do patrol base operations all night and patrolling. And we were out there for 10 days out of every month. And my rucksack weighed 95 pounds, man. I was only 130 pounds as a private. And it sucked. It was terrible. So we would go out on patrol trying to find our patrol base location. And this dude would get us lost because he had the map, he had the compass, and he wanted to be on point, and he had no idea what he was doing. He would get us lost, and we're wandering around for hours. And I'm the RTO, and I could hear my platoon sergeant, you know, calling, like, screaming. And I'll say, hey, Sergeant Bebo wants to talk to you. And he's like, I'm busy. I got to find us where we're on the map. And I was like, you're seriously going to make me tell our platoon sergeant no? Like, he doesn't want to talk to you. I'm scared to death of this guy. And so he's screaming and cussing over the radio, and we're lost. And it was just terrible, man. And the guy would never admit that he didn't know what he was doing. And he would never ask for help. He would never. And then, of course, it's like the sun's coming up, and we're just walking into our patrol base, and we have we're not sleeping. Like, we have to be on security because it's daylight. We got to pull security. And then he would sit in the middle and make himself coffee and have an MRE. And I'd put my 95-pound rucksack down and then go pull security on the perimeter. And I'm starving. But this dude back here is eating, and he's sitting in the middle, safe and sound. And I was like, I'm going to kill this guy. I swear, if we come up to a cliff, I'm going to push him off.
That's a good point on standards. I was off active duty and in the reserves, and we're doing annual training. We're down in Fort Gordon, Georgia. And
never been there. I heard it's lovely.
Well, it's just outside Savannah.
Yeah.
So we are setting up the battalion headquarters. For this particular training mission, I was the headquarters commander for the battalion. And
running the TOC.
Yes. The Tactical Operations Center.
Oh, yeah.
And we were setting up the tents and all that stuff, and it come time for doing all the security. They wanted to do their normal barbed wire around the tent, around the TOC, and then have the gate at the front, you know, where people had to walk up. I said, nope, hang on, that's not correct. I want you to create a big S to make people walk.
Serpentine, yeah.
Yes, up to the TOC, and then I want another set of stakes over here, because when it gets dark, I want you to take that concertina wire and flip it to the other side.
Close the gate.
The spies will see it during the daytime, and at nighttime, it'll be a different direction. They're not going to know. They started to put glow sticks up. I go, whoa.
No.
What are you doing glow sticks for? Night vision. Get the glow sticks off. They wanted to do engineer tape. Nope. Don't do they were so mad at me. No engineer tape, which is white ribbon, basically. Yeah,
it's about
for those who don't know.
2 inch wide. Yeah, really strong, sturdy stuff.
Yes. And then I had a guard there at the front checking IDs, and then we would change based on different kinds of routines, whatever I told them. We would change the S to get up to the TOC.
Change the challenge of password probably every
then
night.
it came time for the fighting positions, the defensive positions. So we go up there, and we're going to lay these defensive positions out, and that was it. I go, nope. I want you to dig down, and I want you to be, I forget. Oh man, my Army terminology is going to go away.
The defilade.
Nope. I forget what it was, but you had to dig down deep, 6 feet deep into the dirt.
And then a full foxhole.
Yeah, and then you put a pallet across the middle.
Yeah.
And so that
grenade pit. So
but
the grenades would go down and
the pallet across the middle of the fighting position, and then covered in dirt. So your whole body was in the dirt, in the pit, except for you shooting.
Right.
And then nobody could see that, and you had your aiming stakes. And everyone's getting mad about having to dig these things, but it was sandy soil. It was Georgia. Give me a break.
I hated your guts as a private.
Yes.
I'm going to throw
But I got in there. I started digging too. I was a captain at the time. We started digging and got all these things in there, got them all set up, had everybody in their positions. And then we knew that on day 2 of this exercise that the OPFOR, the opposing force, was going to try to attack us. We had all this stuff set up, noise and light discipline, everything. Everybody's mad at me for 2 days trying to get this all set up. That second morning, the attacks all started going across the whole perimeter. Our section was completely quiet.
Nice.
No one did a single thing because they knew that we were actually set up.
You're prepared.
The way we were supposed to be.
You're going to attack the soft part.
Right.
Yeah.
After that, everybody was completely on board.
Yeah. So that's the thing we always say in the Army is when the Joes start, when they stop bitching, there's a problem. Something's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So you always want the soldiers to be like, man, F the LT, he's making us dig these fighting positions, and I can't believe we got to hump this far, and we got to do this, and this sucks, and blah, blah, blah. But it's all for a reason.
I actually had, when I was a platoon leader, I actually had my platoon dig a fighting position in the ground for the 40 millimeter grenade launcher. They were so stinking mad at me. But it paid off.
Dude, when I was in Korea, you remember how cold it got, right? Mm-hmm. So we went out for, I think it was called Full Eagle. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah. I remember
in the wintertime.
Yeah.
And we were up on the DMZ, and our company commander is like, all right, dig your fighting positions. And we had pickaxes, and we just hit the ground, and the pickaxe just bounced off.
We had to do that. Like, we had to do pickaxes just to get the tent pegs in the ground.
Freaking kidding me? And so we were out there for hours and hours trying to dig these fighting positions. We're like, hey, sir, this crap ain't working. Can we get some, like, we know the other company has, what were those things called? Sea trucks? They were like a truck with a backhoe on the back of it.
Oh, I don't know what they called them.
I think we call them sea trucks, something like that. We're like, can we get them over here to dig? And he's like, no, we're digging our own fighting positions. Like, all right, sir. And I remember our one squad leader told the lieutenant, hey, here's your pickaxe, dig your fighting position and show us how it's done, sir. And it was like the ground was frozen solid. You couldn't. And eventually they were like, all right, just lay behind the berm. Like, we're not digging fighting positions in this. It's permafrost.
So back when my wild ass prepper days.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not like that anymore.
Oh, me neither. Wink, wink.
But where I used to live, I actually did what's the card?
Oh, the range card? Like a, yeah, we call it a range card. So
for your fighting position.
Your known distances. And
I had range cards for all our windows.
What a nerd.
But I kept them in a file. Nobody knew about them. But when something happened, I knew I was going to tack them all up.
Yeah.
Okay, this is your range card. So this is where you
This is your left and right limit. Here's your known distances.
Yes. That's what you know. Your prepper mindset was getting a little out of control.
Yeah, a little too far there, Kevin.
Oh, I had a map of our subdivision that I made in the general area around it. It was a Google map, and you can't print out a map that's in good detail.
Pieces.
You do it in pieces. So here I am putting together a puzzle, taping it all together, and then I had a nice map of my neighborhood and the area around it. And I would have little target spaces. This is where we got to go here. Watch out for this.
Yeah. Well, I was telling Caitlin just last weekend, I'm standing on the front porch. It's raining, and I like to stand outside when it's raining under the porch just to hear the rain falling and just, it's nice. But I'm standing there with my arms folded and real quiet. And then she comes out holding the baby, and she's like, "What are you thinking?" And I was like, I want to take those shrubs out of the front yard right there, and I want to level this off and put a retaining wall. That way, if one day we need to plant some crops up here, we'll have a good level ground. We could plant some rows of corn and then she's like, but then everybody will just come take it. I was like, no. We'll enlist the cul-de-sac. We'll take some cars right at the end of the cul-de-sac, flatten the tires, put them out there so you can't get past. We'll put some sentries up there, and then that guy's got a 2-story house, so that's our sniper nest up there. He's gonna be he'll be on Overwatch, and then we'll be. And she's like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" I was like, "Leave me alone, woman. Go back inside."
So I found the details.
Okay.
It was called a 2-soldier fighting position. It was a built down position.
Built down. Okay.
So in other words, there is no hill
Right.
or molehill or whatever.
Yeah, no berm built up.
Everything is flat with the ground, so nobody can tell that there's a fighting position
Until
even
you pop
there.
your head up in the rifle. Yeah.
Right. Otherwise, you sit underneath where the pallet is in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
That's filled with dirt and sandbags, and you hit the leaves all over the place and blend in.
Yeah.
So that's what I had everybody build, was a built down position. And
dude.
I learned that at Fort Bragg,
That's
and
the
those things were
worst.
great. But they're the scariest because nobody knows they're there.
Right. Yeah. That's a good one. I was just never, like, we didn't have fighting positions. We were just kind of it was more like a long-range surveillance patrol, like a range,
But I was a quartermaster officer.
Yeah. You had to be stationary.
Yes.
We were very mobile.
We had to be ready to jump if we had to.
We moved every few hours. Like, so we would just set up, like, we would crisscross our feet. Like, my foot was over my buddy's my right foot's over his left ankle. His right ankle was over the next guy's. And we're in, like, a real tight perimeter, and it's like 100% security. And we're just,
I remember one time when I was at Fort Bragg, we had to jump from one location to another on a field exercise. We go to the new location where I was assigned for our company. We get there because I'm advance party.
Mm-hmm.
I go to set up, and where we're our assigned area, we were within the aiming stakes of an artillery battalion. And I went, wait. So I had to call up to the battalion headquarters. Are you sure this is where you want us to be?
We're definitely going to die in an artillery barrage.
So they said, oh, well, we got to make an adjustment. So then suddenly...
Well, yeah, the aiming stakes, that means you were, like, right underneath the guns that we're going to be shooting, right?
Yeah, the guns are right to our left, and we're like, we can't be here. And the artillery guys are like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Like, I was told to come here to this grid square.
Yeah, that's not correct.
So they had to make an adjustment and move us over a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, good times. I love that stuff.
Well, that's kind of like where it comes. We could talk about decentralized command a little bit here. So those orders came from somebody who just looked at a map and was like, yeah, this is a good place to put our people.
Mm-hmm.
And didn't coordinate with his adjacent units. Some other battalion commander was like, yeah, that's a great place to put our artillery. And then you show up together and you're like, hey, sir, maybe you all should have talked to each other a little bit. So you can have decentralized command, but then you can have what's called like a disconnected command, which is bad. When the higher headquarters is completely disconnected from what's going on the ground, that's not good.
That would be Napoleon at the Battle of Waterloo.
Yeah, which is the anniversary coming up this week.
Yeah,
right.
Actually, yeah.
Where if you have no sense of what is actually going on in the battlefield, if you're just looking at a television screen with some blue dots on a Blue Force tracker, you don't know what's going on.
I got to tell one more story.
All right, do it.
That same exercise where I ended up in the aiming stakes with the artillery. We had to jump again to a new location. So our platoon is rolling, and I'm listening to the radio, and the convoy ahead of me gets hit with a gas attack. Well, I'm immediately looking at the map of where we're at and the gas attack, because I knew where the other convoy was, and I told my driver, because the whole platoon's behind me, up to this next tank trail, and I just yelled out, turn left, and then I knew everybody was going to just follow us. So we turn left and go. I actually got a reprimand.
You were supposed to die in that gas attack.
They wanted us to go to that gas attack, and I went, I did the right thing.
Yeah.
You guys called out a gas attack. It was on the radio. I said, I got to avoid the hazard, move around, continue the mission.
Oh, boy.
And, I mean, they did not make me go through it again, but they're saying, you got to stay on this line. And I just continued to argue my position.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
I go, no, I'm training to win, not training to lose.
That's the terrible thing about a conventional army. That they're like, no, you're supposed to die here. That's part of the exercise. Like, are you freaking kidding me, dude?
Nope.
Oh,
Again,
man.
Another good movie reference, Heartbreak Ridge.
Yeah.
You know, when Clint Eastwood's with his squad his platoon, and they go, "Oh no, we can't be here. We're supposed to die here."
Yeah,
No, we're not. You guys are.
What
No,
the hell?
get up here. We're going to set up over there.
Yep.
And all the miles gear goes off.
Mm-hmm.
Turn this thing off,
Turn
Sergeant
it
Major.
Oh man,
Love it. Good times.
yeah, we're good times and terrible times. They were the best of times. They were the worst of times.
Tale of Two Cities.
Yeah. So if you had to bring it home on leadership, I want to ask, this was a big debate in the fire service when I was at the fire academy. All of us instructors would sit around and talk about how great we were. And
Of course, you have to.
I'd be sitting in the corner just listening, like listening to all these guys, because I was from a rural department. I'm in a small town department, and then I'm listening to like guys from Columbia Fire, Charlotte Fire.
I'm all about bragging.
And I would just sit back. But the big debate was, is leadership a trait you're born with, or could you learn it? Is it a learned skill, or are you born with it? What do you think?
That's a very good question. I do think you can learn it.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think it is a natural skill that's developed.
Development. Yeah.
Yes. I know plenty of people who are not natural leaders. And the same folks who are trained in leadership, they could probably lead in certain environments, but in the high stress, most difficult situations, their leadership's going to falter. And I think that's the difference between someone who's a natural leader and someone who isn't. I'll give you an example. I'm going to talk about me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like talking about me, but this is feedback I get from others. I am someone, and I will tell you, I am someone who does not like to step out in front of people. When I enter a room with people I don't know, whatever, for a class or training or whatever, I am going to sit back to the side. I'm going to be quiet. I just tend to, say hello, whatever. By the time something is over, pieces of training or a class or something, I tend to be in the front. And I'm not intentionally trying to get there. But only because of certain things that I respond to, everyone else suddenly goes, hey, Kevin, why don't you jump out and do this? It doesn't matter what it is. It could be Dale Carnegie when I'm doing nothing but learning how to speak in public. It could be the VFW. It could be work. It could be at home. It could be at church. It doesn't matter what I seem to be involved in. At the end of that period of time, or whatever that thing is, I'm no longer standing next to the wall. I'm standing out in front, talking to everybody. And that's natural. And I'm not bragging. And it's just something that just comes out.
Yeah.
Because you stand there, and this is the difference between natural and learned. You stand there and you start to see things that are going wrong. And you can't help but step forward and say, do you think maybe we should do this?
And then everybody goes, oh, thank God, he's going to take over.
Right.
Yeah.
Even as something as simple as trivia night.
Yeah.
Everybody's gone to trivia night, right? Everybody has fun at trivia night. Yeah. I can't go to trivia night where people go, Kevin, you keep score. Yeah. And why don't you keep track of all the answers?
Yeah.
And I'm not even asking.
Man.
I mean, the game hasn't even started yet.
The amount of times I've been sitting in a group of people where they're trying to figure through a problem, and then I start looking around, and everybody's eyeballs are on me. I'm like, what the hell are you looking at?
Right.
Why are you looking at me? I'm just sitting here quietly.
we bleed leadership.
Yeah. But it is a raw, when you're like, so somebody who has a natural tendency to lead, it's very raw, and it needs to be refined. It's like somebody who's a naturally good marksman with a rifle. I've seen this with privates when I'm training them. Somebody will like, damn, he picked it up really quick, and he's a good shot. Hey, did you do a lot of hunting as a kid? No. Have you ever shot a rifle before you got to basic training? No.
No, that was me.
And they're just a good shot. And you're like, okay, he's a good shot, but he has no idea why he's good. So you have to refine it. You have to hone that. And then there's other people who are lost in the sauce. They were just like, I'm present, I'm here, and they need to be led, but they can be trained into like, here's what a leader looks like. Here's the areas you need improvement on. And that's where constant feedback to your subordinates, the people you're in charge of, it really comes into play, that professional development, right? You could say, hey,
Good
man,
term.
Here's really what you need to work on. Like, you're great at PT. You're a PT stud. You can max out your PT score. But when it comes to doing your job, like your preventative maintenance checks on your vehicle, you half-ass it. So you need to focus your energy on that aspect.
Well, and you said the right words, professional development. Professional development never ends.
Never.
Ever.
No.
You're always learning.
Dude,
if you get to a point where you don't learn, you're not doing it.
I've had my EMT certification since 2019, I think. I was just doing training today on basic EMT skills. Just basic stuff that I have to do every month. And that's the great thing about the EMS community is you have to do in-service training every month. And it's the same thing with, if your company isn't doing some sort of professional development, you're going to fail.
Yep.
And your greatest resources are the people that you're already employing.
I mean, I've done Myers-Briggs.
Yeah, me too.
Stuff and all that all through the years, all these different surveys, tests, things like that.
I got invited to join Mensa. I did a Mensa test.
Did you?
Yeah. I declined because I'm not a joiner.
And I'm a natural leader.
Yeah. I'm a reluctant leader. Like I'm kind of like the guy who's like, "Hey Matt, can you take charge of this?" I'm like, I'd rather not, but if you need me to, I will.
Yeah.
But I can't stand it, dude. The chaos, like that when you see it starting to be like, this shit's about to get out of control. Somebody needs to take charge. I'm like, all right, listen up.
I'm the same guy. The VFW is a good way for me to learn a different way of leadership, because everybody at the VFW is a volunteer. Right? They can walk off.
Yeah.
They could say F you.
You have to be, that's a very
So I had to learn
situation.
a lot when it comes to leadership with the VFW, and I just happened to be a member. I didn't want to do nothing.
Yeah.
I was a member for
I'm just here to drink beer, man. What
year.
the heck?
I think I was in year 2 as a member, and I'm sitting there, and they're doing their nominations for post commander.
Oh yeah.
Now I've never held a position in the VFW ever.
Didn't one of our presidents get elected that way? He was just present for the convention, and they were like, "What about him?" And he's like, "Me? What the?"
Oh,
who was
I don't
that?
know.
The guy who got assassinated like a month into his presidency. Dang it!
I don't know. I'll let you look that up while I tell my story. So, I'm at my VFW post. I think it's been a year since I've been in the VFW. I don't hold any positions. I don't know anything other than I'm there. I'm a monthly participant. I participate and volunteer for stuff. And they're doing their annual nominations for commander and other posts. And I declined. They kept nominating me for, hey, why don't you be the chaplain? I declined. Why don't you be the junior vice commander? I declined. And then no one accepted the nomination for commander for the post. And our former national commander, who was our post member, started speaking, and he said, if we can't come up with a post commander, this whole post is going to end up shutting down. We're going to have to surrender our charter, blah, 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 blah. And no one would step forward to be the commander. And finally, I said, kind of out of frustration more than anything, okay, just somebody nominate me. And then so immediately, I nominate Kevin Spees for post commander of VFW post 5077. I second. All in favor?
Yeah.
Aye. And I was the post commander.
You're like, dang it.
I had no idea what I was doing.
James Garfield. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, is that? Okay.
Yeah. He holds the record for being assassinated shortly after taking office, shot by Charles Guiteau on July 2nd, 1881, just 4 months into his presidency. So he was just present at the convention.
Well, who became president?
Oh, the vice president.
What year?
What did I say? 1881.
Well, that was before Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah. Hold on, let me look it up
McKinley?
again. Probably. He was the 20th president, March 1881, until his death in September.
Oh no, is that
He
Arthur?
was shot in July.
Is
Dang.
that the Arthur dude?
Chester Arthur?
Chester Arthur?
No.
Well, who was it?
What are you talking about?
Who became the president?
Oh, after him.
Yeah.
He was preceded by Rutherford B. Hayes. Chester Arthur was the vice president. Didn't Chester Arthur get shot too?
No.
No. Okay.
He's the one that nobody knows was ever president.
Yeah, never heard of him.
Which is kind of funny.
Yeah,
The
so this
Mandela
dude,
effect.
Garfield was just sitting, and he didn't even want to be at the convention, but he was like, all right, I got to go. And they couldn't decide who they wanted to be. There was, all this flim-flam going on. Anyway, there's a good movie on, I think it was Netflix or HBO about it. I don't know. Shot by a crazy person.
Did you have anything else you wanted to talk about with leadership?
Lead, follow, or get the hell out of the way.
Yeah.
There's a lot of examples of good leaders out there in the business world, the military world.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Whatever. But just pick one, man. There's a lot of BS out there too. There's a lot of people who've written books about leadership who have really no idea what the hell they're talking about.
Right. And
that
I'm
are
glad
actually
you brought that up.
scumbags in real life.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Like General McCraven, maybe? Or Admiral McCraven.
There are two ways you can learn about leadership better than anything else ever.
Yeah.
And that is, number one, read military history.
Yeah.
And number two, read biographies. If you do those two things, you're going to learn more about leadership than any other method that's out there.
Well, experience as well, right? You need to experience, like, be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah, I'm going beyond experience. I'm going, if you're trying to do some kind of development or how to be a better leader.
Yeah.
Military history and biography. Those are
sure.
the two things you're going to learn more from than experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't really get too interested in leadership until later in my military career. I wish I would have read it more when I was younger. We all read. Oh man, can't think of it now. I'll think of it.
Courage.
No.
Catcher in the Rye.
There was a certain
The Secret Garden.
No. Now I really can't remember because you threw all that in my head.
Gunga Din.
No. But I wish I would have read that stuff when I was younger. I was reading Hemingway about bullfighting, and
Nothing wrong with that.
no, there's nothing but those are like dreamer things. There's nothing that applied really to my immediate future. Well, the sense of adventure and bravery and toughness and that kind of stuff for sure. Yeah. But
How to relate to others.
yeah, how to deal with women,
Kind of.
how to drink, how to drink like a man.
Very much so.
But when I discovered David Hackworth, that was my first this dude, as he said, there's studs and there's duds, and when I first read Hackworth, I was like, oh, okay, there are some people out there besides my squad leader, my platoon sergeant, my sergeant major that I can learn from. And so reading these biographies, these historical books, you'll learn a lot, man. And you should really study military history. But there's also a lot of books from business leaders out there that are great. There's a lot out there that's actual bullcrap, man, that people are just writing books because they're good at marketing and they can sell books. So you got to be careful what you read. Be discerning. That's another good trait of a leader. Discernment. And I don't know what else to add to that. You got anything else? We did a show on Hackworth.
Yeah. I'm thinking of Cary Grant right now.
Cary Grant.
I just love him as an actor.
Well, let's go ahead and end the show before we have to take a potty break and I ruin the entire recording.
Oh, I'm good.
Again.
I don't have to use the bathroom.
I do.
Such an old man.
I really am.
I think you were the real boomer.
My bladder's a boomer, that's for sure. Dude, I was chugging water all day today because I've had a little bit of a cold a couple days, and I was like, all right, I'm going to drown this sucker. And I just chugged a ton of water today. What do you got? You're writing feverishly over there.
I was writing down Cary Grant movies.
Oh, well, that's totally relevant to this show today. Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah, but I'm drinking a classy rye whiskey, and so Cary Grant came to mind.
Let's end the show and watch a Cary Grant movie.
Because if I drink a bourbon or a whiskey and I kind of, squint or grit my teeth a little bit, that's not Cary Grant. Cary Grant is classy.
That's how an actor drinks a straight whiskey.
That'd be more like Humphrey Bogart.
Oh.
Something in Cary Grant. If I'm thinking, like I said, Operation Petticoat or maybe Bachelor in the Bobby Soxer.
Never saw it.
North by Northwest.
I know that one.
Bringing Up Baby.
Man, I've heard of that one, I think.
And I know you got to use the bathroom real bad, and that's why I'm kind of dragging
water
it out.
Bottle here. Son of a gun.
So, go ahead, use the bathroom.
All right,
I can talk solo.
All right, let's see.
Hey, welcome to the show, everybody. While Matt runs away, I get the mic to myself. This is crazy. I just want you all to know that Cary Grant is a great actor. He's a gentleman. He knows how to dress well, and he can do drama as well as comedy. I already mentioned a couple movies. One, he's always had a good way of presenting a masculine aura to the women and the environment around him. And it doesn't matter if he is relaxed and content in his world. He always knows when he's a step forward and do the job that's required of him. Another good one is, what one was it? When he's out there, he's a diamond thief. Oh, what is that movie? That's going to drive me crazy. I'll let you guys think of that one. He has so many movies, and they're all good. I've never seen a bad Cary Grant movie. All of them are great. There's another one where he is a submarine commander. I already talked about Operation Petticoat with the pink submarine. That's more of a comedy. But there's another one that was filmed during World War II in which he was leading a submarine group or a submarine into the Tokyo Bay to get weather readings prior to the bombing of Tokyo right after Pearl Harbor. That's a good one too. He's got so many. He's great for comedy. I recommend just looking up the name Cary Grant and just watching any of his movies. You are not going to be disappointed. And Matt is back finally.
I'm sure they're great movies to fall asleep to.
Yeah, you'll be surprised.
Talk about what are I think I know who Cary was. Did he used to do like little dance numbers and?
No, that's Fred Astaire.
Fred Astaire.
Cary Grant, I never saw a dance.
I'd probably, let me Google it real quick. I'd probably recognize his face.
So, while you're doing that,
Yeah.
Getting back into our Rossville Union Master. What is that? Oh my gosh. Master crafted straight rye whiskey. So that's how I don't have to do the tongue twister. I just say it slowly. 94 proof, Lawrenceville, Indiana.
This dude looked the same age his whole entire life.
Right.
That's wild. His hair just got whiter. That was it.
He's a good looking dude.
Yeah, handsome fella. What did you think of the rye?
I'm going to give it 3 stars.
Okay.
I was pretty happy with it.
Oh, North by Northwest. I know.
That's what I just told you.
Yeah, you did. And I was like, I think I remember
That's
that,
where
but
they end up on top of Mount Rushmore.
That's your favorite line, isn't it? Where the guy's like, yeah, I think he's shooting at us or something like that. What is that? Didn't we watch that part?
I don't know.
Where he's standing at the bus stop and the
Oh,
guy's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey, that's...
He's dusting crops where
Yeah.
there are no crops.
Yeah, there's no crops there. That's
That's
funny.
right. We did that on the Katy Trail.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. That's where I remember it.
Yeah.
Oh.
And everybody's looking at me like, what are you doing, Kevin?
Arsenic and Old Lace.
Oh, yeah. That is hilarious.
We did that play in high school when I was supposed to be in the cast, and I was like, nah.
Fantastic movie. That is so funny.
The Philadelphia Story.
That's a great story.
Operation Petticoat.
Yep.
That looks a little sus, man. A pink submarine in the Navy. And
Yeah, but
what's
you
his
should
name?
see- you
Who's his
should see his-
co-star? That dude was definitely gay.
You should see his future wife in the movie.
Okay.
I think you'd be pretty happy.
All right. Let me look through here. Cary Grant, Lizzie, the Father Goose.
Oh, Father Goose, yes.
Um,
He's a coast watcher.
Ooh, That Touch of Mink. Who's that lady?
Yep. Is that Doris Day?
She's blonde. I don't know.
Doris Day?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Boy, I know my movies.
My Favorite Wife.
Oh, yeah. That one's funny.
That's what I tell Caitlin all the time. You're my favorite wife.
Oh, that one is funny because his wife was actually declared dead after 7 years, and she suddenly showed up.
Oh, no. Well, that's not good.
That's a good movie.
People Will Talk. Penny Serenade.
Mm-hmm. Depressing.
Golly, this dude's been in a ton of movies.
Mm-hmm.
Once Upon a Time. The Pride and the Passion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, these are getting older. Okay. Night and Day. I Was a Male War Bride. 1949. Room for One More.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Holy moly. This dude was making movies in 1933? I Am No Angel? No way.
Oh, he's been around a while.
He must have been a kid. He's wearing a dress, I think. Mae West. No, that's Mae West. That's not him. And, you know, the vests that the guys on D-Day were wearing, the floating vests were called the Mae West face for a reason, and I see why now, after seeing pictures of Mae West. She would definitely float in the North Atlantic.
So I gave Rossville Union Master Crafted Straight Rye Whiskey 3 stars. Matt, how you rating?
I gave it 3 stars as well. It's
right.
pleasant, but I'm a bourbon man. Looking
Kind
at
of funny. Our flavor wheels are completely opposite. Again.
Let me see. I don't know if they're opposite.
Yeah.
Not really, dude. Yours is a little bit... No, they're similar. Yours is more intense than mine. Mine's has higher highs and lower lows.
Okay.
But they're basically the same shape.
Okay.
I don't color.
We at least agree on the rating for once.
Yeah. Well, we both did 2 stars on the Envy, right? Cardinal Sin. You did 2 stars?
Yeah, I did 2 stars. So we're up on our game on the rye whiskey.
Yeah. I think I got a bottle over there that we need to try. Let's do that next week. What do you think? And then we'll go back to Rise.
It's already open.
No, the other one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That you made me buy. You bastard.
You gave me suggestions.
Yeah, you picked
I
the
didn't
most
make you
expensive
do
one.
it. I don't know that. You didn't tell me the prices.
Of course, but you had to. I said you're an expensive date.
I am. I'm all about quality. Quality, not quantity.
Okay. So
although I can tell you I have both.
Says you. If you're a fan of the show and you're not subscribed, please do so. Like, share as well. We have some folks listening to us on YouTube. We're looking into the video podcast stuff, but we're trying to decide if we want to spend money on it at all.
Did we mention that we have listeners and we picked up a listener in India? Did we mention that?
I think we did, but we can mention them again.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you for listening, sir, ma'am, or sir in India.
I do want to real quick while you're going through all that.
Okay.
Is I want you to know, Britain, Ireland.
Yeah.
Those of you who are standing up to the oppression that's going over there, we're on your side, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Keep the pressure going.
Stand up for yourselves.
Because the pressure you're applying over there is bleeding over here. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we never even talked about it.
World Cup?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the World Cup, but all of the
yeah, that's
the
what
posts by all of the Europeans and Japanese that are here are going,
America is awesome.
Yeah. I love America.
Yeah. They're like, I don't know what everybody's trashing America for. This place is great.
Yep.
Everybody's nice. It's clean.
I forgot
the food
all
is
about
awesome.
that.
Dude, soccer is not our number one sport.
No, I couldn't care less about soccer.
Oh, I go insane over World Cup, though, because I want America to be great. And we always punch above our weight class in soccer as well. But I love when the other countries come here and they're like, hey, wait a second. Well, what I heard over in Europe is not true. This place is absolutely freaking amazing.
Dude.
But I'll say this. Go home after the World Cup. Like, don't...
Well, go home and
make it like America.
And take it with you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Do what we do here over there.
Import ranch dressing.
Yeah, build a Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's. Make sure you have a Bass Pro Shops.
Taco Bell.
Because apparently those are the top two attractions.
Yeah.
Buc-ee's and Bass Pro Shops.
Yeah, I heard a lot of hype on free refills. People were
Yeah.
they were freaking out. Like, what? I can just refill my soda at the fountain for free?
I watched the guy chug a whole soda. I need another one. And then the guy sitting with him goes, dude, you're going to have a sugar shock. And then somebody else goes, oh, no, it's America. We don't have sugar in our sodas.
It's aspartame, baby.
All right.
Chemicals.
Keep on drinking. And then I saw somebody say, what was it? Americans go to Europe and we see all the sites of the Eiffel Tower and Notre Dame and all these things. And we come home lean and clean. And all the Europeans that come in here, they're going to come home weighing 15 pounds more than they did.
Yeah. Whatever. It's great.
I love it. Thank you, Europeans, for being here. And Asians. The Japanese fell in love with Texas.
Oh, yeah, man. And don't we have the Bosnia soccer team here in St. Louis?
Kansas City, I think.
Kansas City got Argentina, I think.
I can't remember.
But I think we got the Bosnians here.
But the Scots up in the Northeast.
Dude, in Boston, it's amazing.
They
took over.
They ran out of beer at all the bars. They had to do emergency shipments.
Great. Bagpipes walking down the streets.
Yeah.
I love it.
Good for you guys.
I love to see Scottish pride, Irish pride, English pride. I love it.
Everyone's fallen in love with the national anthem, the American national anthem all over again.
Oh, it's amazing. It's the greatest song ever written, I think.
Yep.
And, dude, take the pride back home with you and recreate it in your homelands.
Yeah.
Freedom is contagious. And once it catches, it's like a wildfire.
And to all of our fellow Americans who are listening, have a little bit of appreciation and renewed pride in your own country.
Yeah, definitely. Dude, I saw a video out of Lawrence, Kansas, I think it was, where the Algerian soccer team is staying, and the people in they're like, "Welcome to Kansas, and we love you." And there's waving Algerian flags, welcoming these people from Algeria, celebrating their wins, and when they score a goal with them.
All these folks are coming from Europe going, if I was to go to another country in Europe, no one would treat me as nice as this.
No, dude, we're welcome.
I didn't know.
That's the thing. We love it, dude. And I want that kindness to spread, the love, the kindness. That's what it will win the day.
Yes.
Like, it will conquer all.
Mm-hmm.
And like we said, the greatest leadership book ever written, the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want the answers, go to the Bible, for real.
Even the guy with the highest IQ ever said that.
Look him up. Google him. What was his IQ? 276?
276. That came out this week. His name is Young Hoon Kim.
Okay. Korean guy, huh?
Yeah. He said, as the person with the world's highest IQ, he wrote, I believe that Jesus Christ is God, the way, the truth, and the life. And he studies quantum physics.
Okay.
He says quantum physics tells us something radically different. Information never disappears. It transforms. It continues. It's a persistence of consciousness beyond death. And that death may not be an annihilation, but transition. And he's quoted as saying, I believe it is a creation, yes, but not random, designed by a higher intelligence. And then it's quoted here in the article that a man like Kim, deeply versed in scientific language and logic, arrives at a faith conviction, not in spite of his intelligence, but because of it, is a profound statement. He's quoted as saying, I'm not abandoning science, I'm following where it leads. Jesus is not an idea, he is the truth itself. Love it.
Jesus is king. And so when you first told me that, I didn't know, you didn't say his name. There was another guy who had was the highest IQ at the point. He said the same thing. Mm-hmm. And so it's like those guys that go out to try to disprove the Bible, and they end up becoming believers. Mm-hmm. Because it's irrefutable. When you look at it scientifically, you want to look at it logically, you want to look at it historiologically, whatever angle you come to it from, it's true. It's a fact. And if you're a truly objective thinker, you'll come to that conclusion.
Speaking of, this weekend I'm headed to Kentucky.
Oh, yeah. You're going to be near Lawrenceburgville. What is it called?
I am. Lawrenceville. I'm going to Florence, Kentucky.
Okay.
Right outside Florence, Kentucky is the Creation Museum.
Right.
A full-size replica of Noah's Ark, things like that. So I might have something to talk about next week.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be cool to see. Might take a trip out there. Visit my buddy Kenny.
All right.
I got nothing else.
How do people get a hold of us, Matt?
You can email us at showmemk. That's Mike Kilo MK at showmemk@gmail.com. You can reach us on Facebook at the Headspace and Tasting Podcast. You can comment on Spotify. On Spotify. You can comment on Spotify, on YouTube. And, we just really, truly appreciate the folks that are listening to us, our little bitty show here out of East Central Missouri. If we have something to say that you like, let us know. Please just drop a hi. Or if you disagree with us, let us know.
Do a thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Anything.
YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah, that'd be cool. If you want to be on the show, you're more than welcome. If you have something to say, something to contribute, you can join us. If you have a bourbon suggestion, something we should try that we haven't done yet, let us know. And you're more than welcome.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got. Thank you very much for listening.
Oh, wait. Hang on. Happy Father's Day.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
I know moms get all the attention.
As they should.
But I'm still going to say Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
Because that's what's holding families together.
For real.
I don't care what anybody says. But what holds the family together is the father.
Yeah. Like, man, it's on you. Whether
It
you
really
like it or
is.
not, it's on you, dude.
It really is.
Step up to the plate. Shoulder that weight.
There are plenty of studies and demographics out there that show that the decline of, society as a whole, the decline of education, the decline of following the rules, moral, ethical standards amongst kids. The studies will go be on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
It is the absence of a father or a father figure in the family.
Yeah.
You have to be in charge.
Yeah. Like, imagine if the roles were reversed and you had motherless families. Think of the chaos and carnage that would be on our streets right now if men were raising like single father households all across the country.
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord. The imbalance is crazy. Like, it takes a man and a woman, right?
Right. Don't be a baby daddy.
Yeah. Don't be a baby mama either.
Yeah. Right. Right. It works both ways.
Yeah. So, fellas, on this Father's Day, realize your role. Realize your responsibilities. Kiss your kids. Love them. Get your ass in shape so you can be their father for a long time.
And eat bacon.
Eat bacon. I don't eat bacon, but I eat burgers and eggs. I'll eat extra eggs to make up for my bacon. All right, love you guys. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
Peace out.